All right, guys, what's going on? So I'm in here in the garage gym. I'm getting a workout in while simultaneously doing a solid for my neighbor and watching his little man right there who is actively destroying my garage as we speak, but I got him entertained with a Rice Krispie treat for the moment. So that's good. I'm in here getting a workout in, mainly focused on recovery, just doing some light stuff. Just because I need to loosen the muscles back up. I've been doing a lot of running lately as I'm getting ready for this Best Ranger competition. And so yeah, I'm just in here just kind of keeping the muscles stretched out and prepped appropriately so I don't get any injuries over the long run with all the miles I've been doing. Anyways, so yeah, I was just here getting a workout in and I was looking at my phone and I've been noticing that I've been getting a lot of questions about what sort of boots you should be bringing to Ranger School. I want to take the time real quick to show you some boots, and obviously I'm going to drop a link to these boots down in the description where you can find these and buy these, which I highly recommend. All right, but let me tell you a little bit about them. So if you're planning to go to Ranger School or looking into it, you should know that there are a list of critical items. These are items that you must have with you at the time of the layout, or you're just automatically dropped from the course right then and there. And on that list, one of the items is cold weather boots, okay? Now on the most recent packing list, and it's been the same ever since I've ever looked at it, it says boots, cold weather, all boots in accordance with AR 670-1 with no buckles, and then it gives additional specification, which I don't think you can see, that it has to be between 200 and 400 grams of Thinsulate or inserts, okay? Now the Thinsulate is the coating, the lining inside the boots that actually provides the cold weather, the warmth, the protection on the inside. Now you can get a variety of different boots out there. Usually if you go to like a commercial brand, they're gonna run you anywhere between $250 to like $400 for winter boots. And I'll be honest with you, at Ranger School, I didn't use my winter boots too often, okay? Just because they're a little clunky, they're a little heavier, and you're really on the move most of the time you're in Ranger School anyways, so you warm up pretty quick, even in winter phase. However, that doesn't mean I never did use them, okay? So it is important to have a good pair of cold weather winter boots if you're gonna find yourself at Ranger School during the winter months. Now, like I mentioned, you can either get boots or you can get inserts, okay? And the inserts that they're talking about, of course, they have to be rated in between 200 and 400 grams of insulate, but most guys will show up to Ranger School with these boot liners. Okay, these are the Army issued Belleville boot liners. Some guys have been issued these, some have not, but you can get them at surplus stores for like $15.99. So usually, yeah, somewhere between 15 and 20 bucks, you can get a pair of these. But I can tell you, you can do this if you really don't think you're gonna wanna wear winter boots during the winter, but I would advise that you don't do that because they're extremely uncomfortable. You don't wanna be like patrolling around or walking around long distances with inserts tucked into your boots, and they're really thick. So like if you tried to put inserts like this into your normal boot that you would normally wear, like the Garmin NFS or something like that, then those boots are gonna become too tight for you, okay? So I would highly advise that you don't get these inserts, and I think that you should just get another pair of boots. And winter style boots that have at least 200 grams of Thinsulate in them. This gives you more personalization options for the boots that you're gonna wear so they fit to your feet appropriately. And it's just another pair of boots, an extra pair of boots that you can bring with you to Ranger School. So it's a good option to do. And the best option that I think, finally getting to it, I know, are these Garmin Extremes, okay? You can see I have some wear on them. I haven't worn these since Ranger School, but that's about how much I did wear them. So you can see they're a little worn. But the sole is still very good. It's very thick, very rugged. These aren't too heavy. I don't know the exact specification, but they're really not that heavy for being a winter boot. These boots have 200 grams of Thinsulate, okay? Which is the minimum amount required, meaning when you show up to the layout, they're gonna look at these boots, check it, and say, okay, those are good to go. They're gonna recognize these boots. A lot of guys get these boots. They're really comfortable. They're just as comfortable as the NFS is, a little bit more heavy, obviously, because they're gonna be a little more on the bulkier side because they do provide some warmth. But I think going with a 200-gram Thinsulate option is good because it's gonna keep your feet warm in the winter months, but not too warm, because the last thing you want to do is like have sweaty feet while you're out on patrol, right? So like 200 grams should be plenty. You got to remember that you're going to be moving for the majority of your time in Ranger School. Yeah, there'll be times for security, but during the winter months, man, there's going to be times you're just cold. And there's not a whole lot that you can really do about it. And the last thing you want to do is wear too much clothing or clothes that are too warm, because then if you start sweating, you're just going to end up being even more cold when you do stop and pull security. If you're a fan of the NFSs or just Garmot in general, these are, again, a very typical Garmot boot. It's got the regular laces, the easy tie-up laces, very rugged, very long-lasting. They dry out pretty quick. They're really comfortable. They don't get too stiff on you, even after they get wet. Just an all-around good boot, and they're going to last you for the whole time that you're out there at Ranger School, regardless. It doesn't matter if you're out there for a couple months or a whole year. These boots are going to last you while you're there. And then finally, like one of the best things about getting these boots is that they are one of the cheaper options out there as far as cold weather boots goes for commercial boots that are authorized under AR 670-1. When I got my winter boots, I actually got them from Commandos because I was looking for good winter boot options. And these boots were about $100 less than any other boot out there. And I think it's a lucky thing because I really do think these are going to be better than any other cold weather boot anyways. So it's just a good all-around option. Obviously you don't want to be spending too much money. You don't want to overdo it when you go to Ranger School, but you're still going to be spending some money to prepare appropriately for success and for the maximum amount of comfort that you can possibly get while you're at Ranger School. Yeah, for all you guys that keep asking, what kind of cold weather boots should I bring to Winter Ranger? What do you recommend? These are them, man. I don't recommend anything besides the Garmot T8 Extremes. These are the boots that you need to be bringing. I'll repeat myself real quick. I would highly discourage you from getting the inserts. They're just not going to pay off for you. They're not going to be comfortable, and you're going to regret making that decision. It'll be easy to get through the packing list, but once you need to actually use them during the winter months, you're going to be sucking, okay? I'm telling you. So don't do that. Just spend the extra money. Get these boots. Again, I have a link to these boots in the description for you, so you can just get them real quick, get them shipped to your door. And it's just one less thing that you have to worry about and cross off your list. Again, these are critical items. So remember, anything that's highlighted as a critical item for Ranger School is something that you have to have there during the initial layout. And if you don't, they're just going to tell you to pack up your shit and go home. Okay? You have to have it. And these boots will pass layout, no ifs, ands, or buts. They're good to go. The RIs know about these boots. They'll see them, they'll recognize them and say, okay, good job, Ranger, you did a good job. Good boot selection. But yeah, so I just want to take a moment while it was on my mind and hit that up for you guys. Hopefully it was useful for you. As always, if you have any other tips or tricks or useful information for the community, please drop that in the comments. If you have any other questions or anything, please drop that in the comments. Besides that, I'm going to go ahead and finish up my workout. And for now, I've got nothing else for you, and I'll see you on the next one.